Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and today I'm going to talk about music licensing companies, how to make your music an asset. Now, I've been on this 90-day challenge kick to where I do some kind of activity once a day for 90 days and see my results. I love it because it's long enough to challenge you, but it's also short enough to where it does end eventually. It's not like you're trying to do a year or 2 years or 3 years. It's just kind of breaking stuff out into chunks. And I've been doing this challenge to where I reach out to a publisher every single day, and I'm over halfway there, and I've learned a few things about music licensing and the companies and the differences between them, and I'd love to share it with you. I am by no means an expert in this. I'm very new to it. I have once licensed some songs to a very, very, very small indie film. That was all by happenstance. I saw an advertisement out, I replied to it, and they liked my music and they accepted it. And that's pretty much the extent of my licensing knowledge. But there are different companies that you do need to know about. You need to understand the pitfalls for some of them and also the benefits of them, and kind of just help you navigate this whole side of music. And there's really kind of 4 different categories of business that you should be looking into, and that's publishers, music supervisors, music libraries, and pitching services. So they all kind of have their benefits. They all have their downfalls. There's some that I have more experience with so far than others, and so there's some I can speak a little bit further into, and others I really can't. I've been really mainly focusing on publishers. Publishers already have their networks built. They already have relationships with music supervisors, because music supervisors are ultimately the ones that are grabbing the music for the movie or the TV project or the advertisement. They're the ones hired by the production company to get music. And so they're working with publishing houses, they're working with libraries to get that music. With publishers, they are usually going to be trying to be pitching your music if they have it within their library, and they either work on an exclusive or non-exclusive agreement. Exclusive agreement would be that publishing house has total exclusive rights to that music. You cannot use another publishing company. You wouldn't be able to pitch it to a supervisor. It would be solely their intellectual property that they're renting from you to be able to pitch off to the supervisors. Non-exclusive would mean that you could use different publishers. So you could go to publisher A, then go to publisher Z, you go to music pitching service B, whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like, you could use multiple different companies to be pitching your stuff. Now, the benefit to that is obviously if one company just kind of sits on your music and they're not doing anything with it, it doesn't really matter. You can still use other services, and it doesn't really hold up your songs. However, with exclusive agreements, I did run into this to where I had a publishing company reach out to me saying they liked my music and they wanted to do an exclusive agreement with it, and they would pay me money up front for that exclusive rights. Now, I already have signed with libraries and other publishers, so I couldn't actually do that deal. Would it be a good one? I have no idea. It would have been nice to get paid for some of my work, but at the end of the day, maybe they would have sat on that music and not done anything with it, and then maybe another publisher would come along saying they liked it and they had a license for me, and then I wouldn't have been able to actually do that deal. So it really just depends on your situation, but that's definitely the exclusive, non-exclusive side. When it comes to music supervisors, that's really the best deal for you as an artist. If you can build those relationships, you will be able to keep all of your publishing royalties. You'll be able to keep all of your songwriting royalties. And I'm not going to get fully into publishing and songwriting royalties in this video, but I do have videos that are based off that you can go check out. And that would really be the best deal, because music supervisors aren't making money off of your song. They're making money because that's their job. They're hired by the production company to be a music supervisor. With publishers, they're going to take a publishing cut because they're publishers and they're a publishing house, and that's what they do. So of course they use your music and they pitch it out and they get a license. They're going to take an upfront fee for the publishing side of the deal. Now, with music libraries, there's kind of a difference between a library and a publisher. A library is a library. It's going to have a huge collection of music, and it's already going to be pre-cleared, meaning that a supervisor or a filmmaker can go to that library, they can find a song, and they can license it right there hassle-free. They don't have to go through making sure that it's cleared and that the artist wants to actually use that song for the project and whatever it may be. The library is all pre-cleared. Now, the problem with the library is that a lot of times they're huge and nobody's really pitching your music for you, so it really is just happenstance that somebody stumbles upon your music and wants to use it. You could sign up for a library. I signed up with the library and I haven't heard anything, and obviously time will tell, but it's really just, a game of luck, and you'll see if somebody stumbles upon it. Now, with music pitching services, this is somebody who will actually take your music and actively pitch it to their network, people that they've already worked with, music supervisors, maybe publishing houses, libraries, whatever. They're kind of working on your behalf. I signed a non-exclusive pitching agreement with something called Music Pitchers by a guy named Aaron Davidson. He also runs the howtolicenseyourmusic.com business. It's actually what I'm doing my 90-day challenge through. I wasn't sure if it'd be the right move for me. It was non-exclusive, and I figured why not try it out. And so far, he did get me in touch with one publisher. That's the one that wanted that exclusive agreement. But we'll see how that goes as well. If you have any questions, especially about the how to license your music and Aaron Davidson, please leave me a comment below. I have a little bit of experience with it, and I'd love to share it with you. If there's enough demand, I will definitely make a video, but that's a little bit of a side note. Other pitching companies would be like a taxi service. I've never used Taxi. You can Google it. You'll definitely get both sides of the fence, that people like it, people don't like it. I've never pulled the trigger on it, but I know that they've been around for a really long time and artists use them. Again, I've never used it, so I wouldn't be able to speak on that subject. So really, to recap, you have your publishers, who are companies that will use your music in their catalog to pitch to music supervisors and filmmakers. They take a publishing cut. You have libraries that are huge pre-cleared sources for the supervisor and the filmmakers to go to and get music quickly. You have pitching companies, who are people who actually pitch your music for a fee or a cut. And then you have just music supervisors, who are hired by the production companies or the advertising agencies or whatever it is to find music for projects. And you can kind of go any of those routes. It's all about relationships. It's really all about persistence and having music that people are looking for. I'm learning through it. This has been my experience. Again, I'm by no means an expert in this field, but this is just what I've experienced in the past couple months. If you got anything out of this or inspired, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions or comments, or you want to know more about how to license your music and all that kind of stuff. I would love to just kind of share my experience with you. Again, my name is Brad Johnson at johnson.audio, where I just want to help you create music people love, and in this case, make music that makes money. All right. See you soon. Bye.